Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a Mortal Realms video. As per usual with all these videos, if you like them, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment down below. It is greatly appreciated, every comment, and I do try to get back to everybody as soon as I possibly can. Now, let's what we got this week. So, no models, but we've got Balthazar Gold and Nagrak Surfshade. Very, very handy, going to come in great use as well with them. Then jumping into issue 25 itself, we're greeted by more information about the Stormcast Eternals, which 1000 Storms Part 4. So, if you've been paying attention and you've been reading through the magazine, every issue that you're getting, 1000 Storms is detailing all the way that the Stormcast push back against the forces of chaos and retake the realms, but we are approaching Nagash's elaborate plans and malign plans to kind of retake the realm of death for himself. So loads of little segments about different stories and different Stormcast and Storm hosts all through all of this. Really, really good stuff. It's going to keep us going, in all honesty, and it's good to detail all these little stories that kind of come out before good old the Necroquake. Then we've got more information about magic of the realms. So, magic in the Mortal Realms Part 2. So, light and grey magic. So, light magic comes from Haish, grey magic from Urgu. They are working opposites of each other, as these realms mirror each other. Haish is where your good old Lumineth Realm Lords come from. So, the new models from good old Games Workshop. So, they're kind of the main spell that kind of shows itself as being light magic is the Prismatic Palisade. The grey magic is the Umbral Spell Portal. You can get these models. You can get models of these spells. These endless spells are really, really cool looking. The Malign Sorcery set is quite nice. It's pretty decent. It looks pretty cool. You can do some really cool stuff with them as well. If you get them, the Prismatic Palisade, I've seen it a few times. You can get colour shift paint from places like Green Stuff World, and they work very, very well. They come in bottles and not tubs, not little pots like Games Workshop paint does. If you use them, you could get a really fantastic result, especially on things like that Prismatic Palisade and the mirror segment for the Umbral Spell Portal as well. So you can get some really, really cool looking stuff out of these models if you buy them. That is. The Endless Life Swarm is Jade magic from Gyron, and it is a healing magic, in all honesty, and it resembles this kind of cloud of buzzing insects. The Suffocating Grave Tide, as you can imagine, comes from the realm of Shaish, the realm of death. It is amethyst magic, and it is represented by this kind of tidal wave of skulls, and ghostly skulls. And then of course the information about the Necroquake. So the Necroquake had many devastating effects upon the realms. The most immediate obvious effect, however, was a wave of amethyst magic that emanated from Shaish. This wave of death caused the dead to rise from their graves in every one of the mortal realms. In addition, Shaish itself has been forever changed, with death magic drawn to the centre of the realm, creating the Shaish Nadir. So, the Necroquake caused by Nagash and his Black Pyramid really, really sparked off something massive and monumental throughout the mortal realms and kick-started the Soul Wars, which is mainly what this magazine is actually about. Then we've got information about Nurgle, the god of plagues. So Nurgle is the lord of decay. It is he who unleashes famines and disease upon the world. Sooner or later, every mortal feels Nurgle's pestilent touch. When crops spoil, when wounds fester, and plague runs riot, prayers are offered to Nurgle, and mortals suffer a terrible fate. So Nurgle being one of the main Chaos gods. His followers are largely known as Rotbringers. They call him Grandfather Nurgle because he likes to bestow gifts upon his followers. Where these gifts are normally not the gifts that you want. These are gifts of plague and disease and rot and ruin and stuff like that. And he has an obsession with trying to take over Gyron because it is the realm of life. He's not trying to destroy life, he's trying to create life in his image, which is not a nice image, in all honesty. So, because it's chaos, he has his own little demons, which are these little Nurglings. They are really, really funny looking. They look like they are going to cause a lot of havoc, and they look like they are about to get squished by everything, in all honesty. Then we've got Purifying Flame. So this is your battle information, which is all about Valentin Embreth, who stood atop the canvas-coated wagon observing the scene before him. So his caravan actually passed into the shadow of a seemingly abandoned tower. However, he didn't notice the group of dead walkers beneath the tower until it was a little bit too late. Then those endured creatures had been drawn to the structure like a flickering flame, but they also noticed the wagons. So, Purifying Flame with Valentin Embreth. He is a bright wizard. So bright wizards, you can play as a bright wizard in Warhammer Vermintide 1 and 2. They use fire. They use the fires of Akshi to kind of lay waste to their enemies and purify what is around them. So they are really, really cool. They look really, really nice. You don't get enough models to do with them though, which is the downside to all of it. It'd be very nice to see some models involving bright wizards a bit more. So on this page you also have more information about bright wizards, what arcane towers are, and what the dead walkers are, which are of course zombies. They are raised by necromancers or powerful undead monstrosities, and they are foot soldiers. They are literally the cannon fodder for things like the Flesh Eater Courts and a lot of the other dead armies as well. Then of course you're getting into how to use your new paints. So Balthasar Gold. So if you grab your Sigmar Mausoleum, if you're painting it along with the magazine, you can get going with this. So use your Balthasar Gold on those metal pieces, whether it's that top bit of a spire, the front part of the front gate, and then your little side gate as well, if you wanted to use it on there, as well as certain grave tops as well, which will do then plaques, as well as the plaques on the side of the buildings as well. Literally layer it on, pretty decent. You may, if you need 2 coats, use 2 coats of course, and then get ready to use your Agrax Earthshade when it's all dry. So if you apply a good layer of Agrax Earthshade over things like your skulls and your metals and everything like that, and even them kind of tomb coverings, you can get a really, really nice look out of it all. Yeah, it will work very, very well. It will look very, very effective, and it is entirely up to you if you've done it this way and if you want to do it this way. But make sure you don't put too much shade on. Putting too much shade on will dilute the look and kind of make it look a bit a bit odd and a bit iffy. But if you do it, and all you'll need to do is just repaint the area. If you want to repaint the area, you can fix it other ways. You can make it look half decent. You can kind of neatly repaint little areas and not repaint the entire bit, or you can dry brush over it and it sometimes will look alright and it'll look a bit better. Entirely up to you though how you want to do it. In all honesty, with a lot of this bit, what I would do is use little bits of Nilic Oxide on certain bits of a metal. It will look a lot better, and it will give it a nice look, like it's starting to rust and it's starting to go a bit kind of decrepit. And that is your end result. So it'll look pretty good with a bit of Agrax Earthshade on it. It doesn't look too bad at all. In all honesty, you can get it looking quite nice. Then we're giving us some more information about core rules, which is about wizards and how wizards work. So how to cast a spell, how to unbind a spell, and of course things to do with the laws of magic as well. So if you're casting a spell and you get a roll that is 2 dice, and you compare it to the casting value. If it is higher, then you of course success. If it's equal to the power, you are successful. If it's lower, it's a failure. Makes a lot of sense. To unbind a spell though, and compare it to an opponent's dice roll, so you'd roll 2 dice, compare it to your opponent's. If it's higher than what your opponent has rolled, then you're successful of unbinding that spell. If you are equal, you failed, and if it's lower, it's a fail as well. So works very, very well, works pretty decent. So yeah, good stuff. More information about that and things like mystic shields and all that type of bits and pieces as well. So you can also do a lot of other bits and pieces. So then we've got your extended war scroll. So you've got the Knight Incantor, good old Xandria as your bright, of course, as your bolt, sorry, not bright. With that, so more information about her, more kind of details of how to use her, whether that's her ability to roll good old magical abilities, using that spirit flask and other bits and pieces as well. So, and then you got more information about that as well. So good stuff. It's all fun. The Briar Queen as well. So who has her own missile weapons. She has kind of magic abilities as well. So you've got good stuff with her. And the extended war scroll for the Thorns of the Briar Queen, who are chain rasp in all honesty, so they're not too bad. So how to use their abilities as well, so like the Howling Vortex and the Grasping Chains. And then your battle plan is skirmish at Hollowstone Hold. Pretty decent battle plan. Grab all your grab your 10 chain rasps, grab your Thorns of Briar Queen, grab your Briar Queen, and grab your 9 Glaive Wraith Stalkers to go up against Xandria as your bolt, 5 Secretors and 3 Castigators. Work very, very well. Play it on Gyran map, and the Nighthaunt player goes first. So, not too bad. Then we've got this pull-out section. So the pull-out section is detailing for Forces and Nagash. So you have an image there of the model of Nagash, which is a fantastic model. I must admit, it is one of the nicest models you can get from the range. Then you've also got Arkan the Black, one of his main kind of servants to Nagash. Neferata, who was a kind of vampire queen, and she is a vampire queen in all honesty, riding around on her dread abyssal known as Nagadron, who is forever hungry, so he devours souls. And then on the other side, Manfred von Carstein, another vampire as well from the von Carstein family. And then in the middle you've got information about the Bone Reapers, which you've got that fantastic model of Catacross. It's a beautiful model. To be honest, I want that model. I don't even want to play with that model. I just want to paint it. I think it will work very good as a diorama piece, in all honesty. Then you've got things like good old Reichnor as well, which we do get at some point with this magazine, which will be really, really cool. And then you've got your Aberrant Ghoul and Terrorgeist as well there. I've got a Terrorgeist, in all honesty. I haven't done much with the base, but it was a really nice model to paint. If I ever get another one, I've got some other ways I'd like to paint it. Then you got your Procession of Death. In all honesty, that model is fantastic. That is the Black Coach. It is one of the best models I think I've ever seen, and it is one that I really, really need to get my hands on at some point. In all honesty, I've just been very lazy and never bought it. So really, really good stuff. If you're going to go for your Armies of the Dead or anything like that, you've got a great choice of models that you can pick up extra, especially Arkan the Black, Neferata and Manfred von Carstein. You buy one of them essentially, and you can make any one of 3. So you have multiple options from one kit. It means you'll be left over with some bits, but if you want to get all 3, you mean buying 3 kits, which is a shame, but you know, it is what it is. To be honest, if you want all 3 of them, you're not going to complain about it. Really, really nice model. So and there's really good stories about all of them. So Arkan the Black features very heavily in the Soul Wars book. Neferata has her own novel, which is really, really nice. And Manfred von Carstein appears in a few novels and a few stories where he kind of proves that he's a bit of an asshole. in all honesty. And then next week we have terrain pieces. So Azerite Ruins. Yeah, they're nice. They are nice, I'm not going to lie. But do we need more terrain? Who knows? And then you've got Stormside's Curse Breakers, the issue after that, and issue 27. So, yeah, good models to have, and it's nice to have another warband from the Underworld sets as well. Right then, that has been this week's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. This video's gone a little bit longer than I imagined. However, just to let you know, there will be more videos this week, hopefully, when I'm not sweating to death in the room that I record in, because it is the hottest room in my house. But yeah, there will be some more videos very, very soon. And I'm not going to let you know what's going on with them. Anyway, I will catch you next time. As always, though, if you like these videos, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, if you're sticking with this video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye now.